All right, let's check this mic. Make sure it's working. Check this mic. Make sure it's working. Check this mic. Make sure it's working. Listen to all that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kill that echo. Welcome. Getting this thing going again. It is Tuesday, so it does mean that we're gonna be looking at some vault things. Gonna check the vault on two of the tunes and see what we got going on. We'll check the Paladin first. We'll jump right in. Streaming this live so that way I can kind of talk about some of the decisions that I make as I look at my vault. Made a video about this a few days ago, so seemed like it was enjoyed by at least a couple of people. So we'll see what we've got today. Forgive my very slow loading bar. I've got a couple of add-ons enabled that slow it down quite a bit right now. Narcissus, by the way, if you're not using it, is a fantastic add-on for many different things, but especially for Panda, allowing you to save different sets of gems, different sets of cogwheels and meta gems, and change those out of the gear as you get new gear really quickly, which is pretty amazing. Unfortunately, it also slows down your load times considerably, especially if you're playing on a potato like me. Highly recommend it. Don't necessarily need it nearly as much for retail, but for Panda, it's amazing. Does have some other cool things as well, like as far as looking at your tunes gear and things like that, enchant stuff like that. It's a very cool add-on. But if you have a little bit of a slower processor, not so much graphics, just processor, it does take a little bit longer for you to load in. But we're almost there. Forgive me while I grab a drink. And also, it's storming here, so if I get disconnected, it's probably because of the weather. Let's take a look. All right. So this is my Retribution Paladin. He is currently 520.81. Got most of the things I would want. There's a couple of things that would be considered an upgrade. If you take a look, I've got a gem already in my belt, on my rings, on my wrist, on my helm. So let's take a look before I even open it.
The widest
current
selection
gems, which is the Eye of Awakening, is for helms, bracers, belts, or rings, which means I have all of those already. So tokens would not necessarily be good. However, I'm running out of things to upgrade. So let's see if I win the vault lottery here real quick. Alright, and it is showing me Myth Crit Haste Wrists. I'll hold down the old shift button there, and you see that I have crafted Haste Verse wrists already, which are 525. So with that, it's not really going to be an upgrade. Technically, they could go higher than 525, but it does not have the verse on there, which is important for Ret, and I would not necessarily want to lose my augmentation effect on there either. So I'm going to go ahead and just take the tokens, even though that's not necessarily what I wanted, because I did just have the one item in there today. And after we grab those tokens, I will swap over to the DH. We'll take a look at what he's got. Phone is blowing up at the moment. Looks like weather stuff. Apparently there is a pretty big system off the coast of Florida, which I'm seeing the effects of now. Apparently it just kind of got started, so it should be more than just a bad rainstorm. But rainstorms in Florida. You get a lot of lightning, you get a lot of thunder, obviously, and pretty big rainfalls when it happens. So expecting that to start pretty much any time now. And it's very, I don't know if you can tell by the window, it's pretty gray outside for 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, here we go again. We are meeting our loading bar one more time. Forgive me, I'm very thirsty. Worked out this morning just a little bit ago. Trying to get healthier. Every workout every day is important, but Staying hydrated, also super important. So forgive me if I'm making sounds while drinking some water. All right, here we are on the DH. Right now it is spec'd as Vengeance,
I need
which
to target
is
something first.
my main spec on this guy. I use this guy mainly for Mythic Plus. I also raid with a raid team called the Rubber Chicken Coalition on this guy, although I do mainly play Havoc when I am raiding with them. Fortunately for me, the gear is not that much different. But this guy does have a little bit more ability for some upgrades. So if you take a look, 514.5, no gem, no gem, no gems, no gem, no gem. So tokens wouldn't necessarily be bad. I should have pretty much a full set of raid drops and at least one Mythic Plus drop. So let's see what it's got for me. Ooh, I gotta get my cast bar out from underneath my weak auras there. Okay, I already see a pretty good trinket. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Alright, so first off, I've got some Hero Iris. Crit is good, Mastery is good for Havoc. Crit Mastery is number 1 and number 2. Currently, I have Haste Verse Champion, so that would be a pretty big upgrade. However, we're looking at 13 item levels, plus I can upgrade it 2 more times. Mostly correct stats, just losing out on the verse a little bit. The piece that I currently have on is Haste Verse. These are Crit Mastery. When I am on Vengeance, I would want Crit Haste. So upgrade, not huge upgrade, but pretty good upgrade. Then we've got a chest upgrade, hero to hero. I already have a higher version of that hero tier piece, so definitely don't want that. Then we got a waste. Currently I've got a crafted 1 crit haste, which is the right stats, 521, and it is offering me a heroic haste verse, so that's going to be a no. So we can say no to the belt, no to the chest, maybe to the bracers, and then we've got a trinket. So Treemouth's Festering Splinter is an agility trinket. Impale yourself with a splinter, immediately suffering 421.801 nature damage, but letting its slime loose over your body. The slime absorbs 50% of damage taken up to 1.4 million total damage for 15 seconds on a 1 minute and 30 second cooldown. Now, it's a pretty good trinket. What I'm going to do in this scenario, because I've got really 2 options. This is not a damage trinket, this is a survivability trinket. Currently I am running 2 damage trinkets, but as I get a little bit higher in Mythic Plus content, this trinket could be of value. So I'm going to open a window and we're going to look at what Wowhead's showing for trinkets for Vengeance real quick. You can see me do that. This is not a situation where I would be simming for the trinket, because the trinket itself is not a damage trinket. It's not really going to present a damage upgrade, so the sim's going to obviously say no on the trinket and yes on the bracers. So I don't need to sim in this instance. I just need to figure out how good that trinket is. So let's do that. Alright, I've got my window here. We'll go to wowhead.com. And let's see how we're doing here so far. So on Wowhead, we're going to go to Guides, Classes, Demon Hunter, Vengeance, Menus on Menus on Menus. And then we're going to scroll down. We're going to go to Gear. Season 4 gear. Alright, let's talk about best in slot. Forgive me, I'm scrolling a lot here, right past everything. You'll see on here it shows Enduring Dreadplate, Storm Eater's Boon, Treemouth's Festering Splinter right there for defensive, Dragonfire Bomb Dispenser, and a Pocket Anvil. Now, Pocket Anvil I already have. One of the trinkets I'm currently using is not on here, which is the Augury. Augury does do a lot of damage, but it's showing that the basic trinkets I should be using are the Bomb Dispenser and the Pocket Anvil. And that if I was doing a lot of AoE, I would want to use Dreadplate or Storm Eater's Boon. I will never use that, as that trinket keeps you in place and makes you not be able to use abilities. If you use this at the wrong time, you're dead. If you use it at the right time, your DPS shoots through the roof. But I'd rather not have my choice of time to use that actually be... well, hey, thanks for the follow. I'd rather not have that actually be something that is the cause of a deplete in Mythic Plus, so I'm not going to ever want to use that. But it looks like I might should consider that tree mouth, so I think I'm going to go ahead and grab that tree mouth splinter. Okay, thank you, Wowhead, for the information. Now, the one thing I do want to do is I want to open my bags here real quick. So I do have a couple trinkets. I do have the Bomb Dispenser right here, but it's a champion level, but it's the same item level as the Augury. So I may want to switch those two out for now until I get a better one, or until I upgrade the Augury. That's going to be close on a DPS standpoint. So, and then I have Decoration of Flame, which is meh. Ashes, which is pretty good for AoE. Haste is my second highest stat, so not bad. But I think I am going to go with that tree mouth. So let me go ahead and grab that. Alright. So yeah, a minute ago, Weed and Sun with the follow. Thanks so much. Alright, we got that trinket there. And let's see, that trinket is a, let's see where I put it. 519, so that's a myth level trinket. So honestly, I probably should be running that anytime I'm doing tanking in Mythic Plus. That's going to be pretty good. So what I will do, since Anvil is number 1, I will swap it out with the Augury for now. We'll go in here to Equipment Manager, Tank. I want it to ignore everything but the trinkets for now. Oops, let's undo that. Oh, they just switched them. Doesn't matter. Ignore and Tank. Save. Alright, and we are set up. That's going to do it for the vault opening for the day on those two characters there. If you've hung out with me during this time, thanks so much. If you happen to watch this later on, if you have any questions about what you should be looking for when you open your vaults, love to see them. Go ahead and comment on this video, and I will hit back with another video in the future to answer your question, or just answer you right away on the comments. I appreciate you very much. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to have fun. Love yourself, love your family, love others, and don't forget to have some fun every day. Peace.